identify those weaknesses in the drafts where you know Storm is going to have a pretty easy time in those early fights, not really rush into an early BKB. Mirana fits the bill exactly the same. She's got 3 leaps. You can jump into the fight. You can use one even for just attack speed, still have one left over to make it to a high ground or sound the retreat. And I think a Lion Beastmaster might actually be enough lockdown to give her some hurt. But they've got a Warlock, so this opens up a potential greedy pick for Entity. They could take like the Spectre, something like that. TNC Predator.
Yep.
Obviously, we're sort of banning around this, but
I think the position 1 makes a lot of sense here. It'll be the Bloodseeker, because you want that flexibility of the Mirana either being mid or in the off lane, as they're going to have the 10th pick here. Now, what's even better is that Bloodseeker also has the flexibility. This could be a mid Bloodseeker, depending on what hero TNC are going to be forced to reveal for the mid hero. And if it's a hero that doesn't do well against Bloodseeker, they can go like triple greed, and they could go offlane Mirana, Bloodseeker mid, and then just grab another carry. And that's when you're just like, okay, they're getting a lot out of this laning stage.
yeah. And for Predator, we'll see what they grab in terms of carry, but kind of a timer draft. I mean, Lycan can scale, but Entity, I guess, at the same token, they don't have incredible late game. Mirana Bloodseeker, not necessarily your late game Goliaths.
Yeah, I think for now TNC also they have a bit of a weak dual lane situation. Like
Lion Lycan? Or do you think this is
well,
the
I think it'll be
Lycan?
the Beastmaster +1. So it'll be like the Beastmaster. Usually you want some support that can harass a little bit more. Lion isn't exactly the best. He can kind of make it work, but I almost feel like it's more likely that they're going to pick some other support to do it. First it'll be the Lina, though.
Lina for mid, most likely. That's what I mean. Lion Beastmaster and Lion Lycan, neither of them really sound like great lanes. I think of Lion fitting in really well once he has like a blink to be the initiator, so then Beastmaster can follow up a little bit. Things like that are pretty cool. Vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, he's also, I think, a replacement burst potential with the Mystic Flare being gone. I think there's an idea of syncing up Finger of Death and Roar and just looking for kills. The Lina pick here speaks to that exact same situation we were talking about before with the Bloodseeker. You need a hero that can beat Bloodseeker in the mid lane, or they can go greedy and put Bloodseeker mid, and Lina should be able to beat the Bloodseeker mid, or at least it gives him a hard time.
Okay.
So they can't just willy-nilly throw this mid for Pingvin check. And that means, to me, I think it's going to be a Mirana mid now because of the Lina matchup. It'll be a Bloodseeker in the safe lane. It could also be a Bloodseeker in the off lane, though, because, again, I don't think the lanes look very strong from TNC. So there is still some flexibility, but, yeah, I'm not expecting Bloodseeker mid at this point.
Me neither. Trying to think about what they ban here on the side of Entity. What would be another support to make this draft really scary? I feel like they need somebody that can trade right clicks a little bit. And there you go. Elder Titan, great ban. Goes well with their setup.
Yeah, would have been a good laner with the Beastmaster. Provide some team fight.
Yeah, definitely allow them to play like an up-tempo mid-game. They could pick something like Ogre. I feel weird suggesting that, but I think they still need some kind of an aggressive 4 that just makes this Warlock's life a little bit more scary.
Chen somehow snuck through.
That is true.
That's interesting.
Think TNC would consider a Chen pickup?
Kind of.
It's not bad. You can really do a proper Zoo strat.
The problems with Chen I see is that Sand King is kind of okay. Warlock's kind of okay with the Fatal Bonds. Mirana's pretty good with the arrow, so it's just, I guess in that case they're just not worried about it. But there's always just like this risk of Chen and just being like, oh god, we just got run over. But no, I don't actually. The more I look at, the less I like it. Mirana kind of a hilariously nice safeguard in that sense against that, despite her being just prevalent in every game anyway. It certainly lowers the desire to go Chen.
Yeah. And they've just got other annoying creep clear type abilities. Blood Right, Caustic Finale, both very irritating when you have that many creeps grouped up like that. Now Kunkka, the final ban coming out of TNC Predator. I like it. Definitely could have fit well into this Entity draft. Can lane okay against Lina. And again, matches very well against the tempo of TNC Predator. Kunkka very irritating against those mid-game pushes.
Yep.
So final pick, what does TNC want to grab here? Something in the 4, no doubt.
Right now, they have very strong pick-off potential. Their siege is pretty good with the Lina and everything.
Ooh, Slardar.
So Slardar Beastmaster dual lane here.
That sounds pretty good.
A lot of physical damage.
Some
really
bruisers.
Good amp. It's very good against, or in combination with Lina as well. You just get Corrosive Haze on top of someone, and Lina, she gets that vision. So like her attack range is so far, but oftentimes she can get like fogged or something like that. But won't be a problem here.
10 seconds remaining.
Pretty good. Great team fight.
5
A little bit risky. Their late game is, dare I say, non-existent.
It's true. It's not necessarily incredible. Lina's pretty damn good
It's
lately.
deceptively good because you still have so much control that you can set up for this Lina to do a lot of damage.
If it wasn't for the Warlock, I would say they're basically even in terms of late game. Because our other side is a Mirana and a Bloodseeker. I mean, Mirana's pretty good these days because of her talents and everything, but she's still not like the queen of
I would
late
love
game.
to see like a Spectre here. No, they go TA. Okay.
Choose your
Spectre, yeah. There was options. I mean, they could literally pick any of the 3 lanes.
They
at this
could have
point.
done Bloodseeker off lane, Mirana mid.
Yep.
And then taken a really squishy carry. Pingvin check with this beautiful TA skin. Look at her. Just look at it,
She's
Trent.
unmasked. Hello.
Look at those ears.
I like the chopsticks
They
and the hair there. That's pretty cool.
Those are
You know,
pretty
in case-
impressive. They aren't chopsticks, dude. They're magic wands.
And they chopsticks for when she wants to eat the fondue.
No, I'm sorry. They're magic sticks.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. Although they are pretty long.
That's why they're magic sticks and not chopsticks.
Okay, fair. So, Tim Slardar, Armel on the Lina, Cuckoo on the Lion, Sam H on the Beastmaster, and Raven on the Lycan. No surprises for the TNC lineup. Black this time will be taking his talents onto the Bloodseeker. And it'll be Hesta Joe
Okay.
on the Mirana.
Excited to see Black on the Bloodseeker. Definitely will need to play a very active type carry role in this game. No secret about Bloodseeker. He is not the passive farmer. He is not an anti-mage. But I have some confidence. I think they've got a good lineup around the Bloodseeker. And furthermore, they've got a good lineup around the TA.
Yeah. Pretty heavy early game focus. I think securing Roche isn't necessarily the easiest for them. Although they have good heroes for Roche, it's all about those earlier Roches. And like Sand King and Warlock aren't that incredible on the earliest of Roches. You know, they're more about those
True.
mid-game Roches a little bit later on.
You ain't wrong on that one.
prepare for battle.
All right. Why isn't my auto-spectate working here, Trent?
Depends if there's a config going.
Gonna have
Is it not
to
working?
rebind here. Sorry about that, folks.
Normally.
There we
Yeah,
go.
There you go. You're all good. Yeah, I think it only works once you're in game.
No, it should be global once you turn it on. Maybe you have to. Yes, it's just binding a hotkey.
Yeah, but it doesn't work unless you're in game, unless you use it in the config file.
Ah.
I'm telling yous.
Okay, smarty arty.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, voice record this, Trent. All right. Oh, we've got that shrinking mini map thing. Oh, geez. All right, Trent, I'm gonna need you to fill for about 5 seconds.
You got some issues, do you? You
No,
got
it's all
things you
good.
can't handle?
Trent, I don't have any.
You know you can just turn it off in options, right?
No.
Yeah, you
Really?
go options, minimap, advanced options. Shit, it's somewhere.
Trent.
Dynamically scale hero icons on the minimap. On the right hand side. Right hand side, up. There, boom. Back down. Easy.
My man.
Got him.
That's my man right there. That's TrentPax.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. You just made your wife proud right there.
I know.
Mr. Fix-It over here. Little battle around this bounty rune, it looks like. Black may fall victim. Good positioning, though. Does not overcommit. Suspicious that perhaps TNC could be up to trickery, and they will secure both bottom bounty runes.
Look at Raven up top. He's just hiding. He's like, is there really no one? All right.
Okay. Cool. So 3 runes go the way of TNC Predator.
That's pretty much it then. You just move on to game number 2. This is a best of 3, guys. No more best of 1s. Get those out of your head. All right?
Get
I
outta
know
here.
you're thinking, oh, it's
Cut
over.
it out.
Yeah, done with them. Finished.
Aggro tri-lane from TNC.
Now,
Now
this
if
is
you
a
were
rare
thinking,
sight.
when is someone going to step it up and give me some of that exciting, action-packed 1-1-3 Dota I've been missing? Of course, it's your boys over here on TNC. We got Tim's. He's ready to go blow for blow with Joe Beasy.
They're going to try and get a kill with Cuckoo, and then he's going to TP top. That's the play here.
Okay, that's smart.
And it's going to be a Warlock.
The wrap around, they connect on to Beasy. Follow-up stun. I don't know if they have the clicks here, though.
No.
He's
Not
got the
quite.
heal.
Cuckoo still wants it.
That didn't really cost him a hell of a lot. Not much return damage. Black can't really do much at level 1. Let's check in on the top lane here. Noya, they're already going to TP Cuckoo.
Yeah, there's the play.
They don't want to sack Raven. He's 0-0, getting poked by Hesta Joe.
Yeah, that's a fine play, too, because it just, like, there's not really anything a line can do at level 1 anyway in this laning situation, so you get some extra experience over to your Lycan, try and get him towards level 2, and then more importantly towards level 3 to get the second point inside the Feral Impulse, and then that's going to give him that HP regen that he really needs.
Noya around the backside, stun, connects on Lion, arrow connects on Lycan.
Yeah, nice block there. Definitely intentional.
Raven playing meat shield there for his squishy Lion compadre, but Hesta Joe says, slow down there, Demon Witch, we're a-coming. That's first blood. Sand King makes the connection.
Yeah, and Raven unable to really get any sort of like follow-up damage or anything there, of course, because he's a Lycan, so pretty free if you want to spend some leaps like that.
Back in the bottom lane here. Looks like Black doing okay. 8-2 in terms of CS. 5-3 on Sam H. Not an aggro tri lane for long. A little bit of a bumpy start for TNC after all, despite getting all those bounty runes. Let's look at the mid. Not a matchup we've talked about yet, but Pingvinchek here versus Armel.
Definitely a very different matchup than it once was. Still TA favored, but things have made it a lot better for Lena's than the olden days. Back in my day, you could not see refraction. So this was considered a very difficult matchup for Lena because you didn't know how many charges were left every single time. You know, you couldn't be quite sure what was going on. But now you can guarantee if you're going to be hitting onto the refraction shield, and that's way easier to time your right clicks to wear it on down and then go for the smack.
Yeah, no doubt. Still don't get to see a lot of TA. It feels like Lena has become a much more popular pick, but
Yeah,
I'm glad
but
she's...
TA is such a good counter pick in these situations, though, because if you're not careful as Armel, you will just die.
Yeah. Nice connection, though, with the combo.
Yeah, she's out of mana. Actually, yeah, Armel's starting to realize. He's like, hey, wait a second, I got a mango. I can go for something here. Now, is anyone getting punished because of this, though? Because Black's going to have some mad speed, and they have to actually back away in the bottom.
Very smart plays, though. You got to remember that Blood Seeker at all times.
Yeah, and they got the pull off to the side, too. So Joe Beasy does clean up the camp and start bringing them back, though. And that is a very nice play to try and get some balance back in this lane.
Uh-oh, Lion almost goes down up top, but Cuckoo uses the stick to much avail. Raven looking for a counter play onto Hesta Joe, but not enough. Some bloodshed, but no kill.
Yeah, they still have quite a bit of region up top, too, so they're happy to keep being aggressive. I guess from both sides, I should say. Sand King and Marana also looking fine, so 3 tangos to last them until Shrines are up. I think they want probably 1 more kill. I would say 2 more kills before Shrine time, but... Oh, he goes through the Earth Spike there to jump onto Cuckoo, but with these wolves there, difficult to land the arrow.
Cuckoo still taking a lot of damage from the right clicks, and Hesta Joe finds another 2-0 entity lead.
Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, speaking of regen, Joe Beasy is fully out of mana and out of clarities or anything of the sort, so...
Yeah, he's got a stick.
Yeah, but that's going to start wearing down now. These all infinite heals for the Bloodseeker, so Black might have to be a little bit careful in the lane here.
Yeah. But they've already reaped the benefits. 4.5 minutes, Black, the CS leader, by a good margin, especially over his counterpart in the Lycan. This is the drawback to Lion, like we were talking about. He just doesn't offer that much at these low levels. Very squishy.
He's
Only
trying to
level
smoke
2
in
right now.
Yeah.
Lowest level in the game, Trent.
Yeah, but this is his recovery right here. He's gonna... Armel's gonna play a little bit too far forward. It's gonna be so close to this ward spotting, and yet that's enough.
Double damage, though. LSA connects. Follow-up Hex, the refraction. Is it enough? It doesn't look like it. The Dragon Slave. Oh! A little close for comfort.
That was
easy TPs.
Seconds away from the smoke fading and that ward spotting out Cuckoo. So painful for Templar Assassin right there.
All right, tips the scales. Now Lena, even though behind in CS, will start to take some momentum in the lane. And top very much favoring the Marana. Whoa, initiation down bottom. Follow-up stun from Noya on 2. That'll keep Black safe.
Joe Beasy just starts walking back down. He needs a shrine partner because he needs mana. And no one's there, though. Joe Beasy just feels so useless right now, too. Like, he TPs mid like that or rotates mid and just has nothing left to give.
Being pretty harsh on my boy Joe Beasy.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he literally feels useless. Like, look
Take
at
it
his.
easy
when
on
your
Joe
quick
Beasy.
buy is 2 clarities, you got problems. Like,
Yeah, he's in Strug City. I was talking about the Lion having trouble, but at least Warlock is level 4. Now stun onto Tim's. Look at that aggressive Shadow Word. Joe Beasy's letting that rage out.
it's true. He's getting him back.
It's like, guys, I'm tired of healing y'all bitch asses. I'm going aggressive. He does have the badass set, though. That's got to make you feel better. You know,
Oh,
when you're-
100%. And he got a Shrine Buddy now. This is what he really needed.
That's true. He just needed a friend. Noya's going to come over, get the value, the
Yeah.
efficiency. 2 wards now picked up for Joe Beasy, and they'll use the smoke. They
This
may be
is
graced
very nice.
by this invisibility rune.
Team Shrine usage into Team Smoke for different purposes. Joe Beasy wanted to go get a ward down. He gets spotted by Sam H. And now Sam H is going to be like, hey, yo, there was no Sand King, so there's probably a Sand King mid.
Tim's, though, he's invisible. They've got a sentry, and look at Pingvinchek. He's just playing like he doesn't know, except then they saw it with their sentry, so they knew he knew, and then Slardar tried to get out, but the trap was already set, Trent.
He knew.
It went full meta. The knowledge was seen. Very impressive.
Things got a little crazy right
That was
there.
really weird. That was like, hey, we don't know Slardar's invisible. Let's see if we can get him. We've got our sentry down. Don't kill their sentry because they might not see it yet. Slardar gets punished. Very unfortunate, but Pingvinchek's back in control. Even farm with Armel, but does have the level advantage.
Check out this wraparound
Actually,
play from Noya. He wants to go all the way around.
And Black down bottom, crushed from the high ground by Tims. Sam H with some axes, does have a stick set. Black uses the rupture, more axes. They will connect, but it's not enough for a kill. Stick charges still available on Black. Bloodseeker, I think, likely to survive here. One more stick. Almost enough mana.
Yeah, forces the Moonlight Shadow, goes for it, but the
Pretty nice.
Bloodseeker's a bit too fast. Oh, he's finally going to execute this big wraparound that Noya's been looking for. Oh, no, he goes back.
Wait.
Thought he was going to use the Moonlight to go to the trees, but he's not going to go.
Let's keep eyes on Noya here. Let's see what he's got.
Oh, he really wants to do this. That's what he drew. He wanted to come in from the trees, go for the Burrow Strike, because he's got it to level 2. Maybe find himself a play.
Uh-oh.
Ah, he's going to find Lycan jungling, though.
He hears a wolf. I hear a train a-coming. All right, Noya, what are we doing? We're spending a lot of time just holding the high ground here. I get it. Vision's important, but what's the game plan, pal?
Yeah, he gets spotted out by the wolves. So Lycan has abandoned his top tower. Maybe it's time to go put some pressure up there with the Caustic.
Great for the Mirana, though. I mean, now all 3 lanes basically going the way of Entity. All their cores farming at the top of the charts. Hesta Joe, level 7, having a great time. And down to the bottom lane, well, that's Bloodseeker.
I'll tell you, if I am Black, I'm buying a Radiance this game. Like, he's off to a very good start. It's a pretty good Radiance game. Now, the only downside I will say is that it doesn't fit that well with the Templar Assassin. In a vacuum, as a Bloodseeker, I really want Radiance this game looking at my opponents, but looking at my allies, it is a little bit worrisome.
Yep.
Sam
Rupture
H is just
into
bad.
the Blood 8. Blood right.
The Blood Aid? Is that like a Band-Aid?
It was I was gonna say Sam H, and it was a combination of the Blood H.
Gotcha.
Blood right into Sam H.
It's tough.
The Blood Aid. I like that. Either way, an easy kill for Entity. Nice one for Black. I'm with you though, and I think with this kind of start, it'll fit the tempo they want to play a little better. Because TA is going to go Blink Dagger, then she's likely to go for a Desolator, and I think Entity will be a little patient until TA gets that big item kit going, and that should be right around the time this Bloodseeker is getting into Radiance territory. You see 2 fights break out here. Slardar down bottom on Noya, and Mirana up top getting chased down as well. Bloodright. Now Tims stuns onto the TA. Nice follow-up from Noya onto Sam H. The Beastmaster still only level 5. Pingvinchek with a lot of damage. The meld will squish him up as now Black joins the party. They're trying to heal up, but Black's already pretty darn fast. Level 4 Tims.
Couldn't find a Rupture through all of that, though. I know it was on cooldown. Oh, Black cancels the TP.
Uh-oh.
He might have had to. It looked like he was trying to TP top and then saw that he would just die to the summons. That might be what it was.
Yep. So up top, the Lycan did manage to find a kill. Looks like a Helm of the Dominator reveal.
Oh,
with the
this
shapeshift.
Invis Lion. He's going to spot him healing up.
Cuckoo, he finds it. Now Tims follows up with a Crush Armel with an easy Dragon Slave. Brings down Black. Now Joe Beasy getting dove past the tower. LSA, but no detection. Tim, still not quite level 6.
Wow.
Cuckoo,
Nice
also
use
not
of the
yet 6
invis,
either.
though. That is so unfortunate, though. They lose it on their invis rune. Just got some technical issues here. Don't worry about it, folks. Raven's still farming up there. He's going in towards the Necro. Life is good. Kind of the same build you would expect. Has Black shown off what he's going for? He's going for the more active build. He has queued in to the Blade Mail.
Okay.
Look how far he's already fallen behind, though, just from like that one death and all those rotations down bottom, not finding the rupture. He's not the one who got any kills, and now suddenly he's third, you know? Whereas this guy was top of the chart and looking real hot, so.
Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but I think it's the right call. You can't be stubborn about the Radiance. It's definitely a timing thing, and Blade Mail is an item you're guaranteed to get value out of. Easy build-up, great value stats.
It's very good this game,
Huge return potential. Now Joe Beasy, he breaks the smoke. This is the dream for Entity. Outside of dodging it all together, Noya gets stunned, won't be able to save his Warlock friend.
Not so
and now
good anymore.
I think he's going to end up just giving it away. A nice stun on 3, but he is amplified damaged, a.k.a. corrosive hazed. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Bloodseeker stunned
that arrow actually hit
Armel.
from downtown on the Lion. Hesta Joe's just, he's thinking about it. He wants to go in.
Now stun from Cuckoo. Noya with some follow-up. Bloodright comes out. A lot of damage from Pingvin check on the back line. Lena getting low. Sam H gets brought down. Slardar getting clicked pretty hard by the Mirana. Tims does find the stun, but Armel will knock it out in the trees. Now on the other side, Slardar.
Oh my God, Entity are cleaning up right now. Hesta Joe might be able to find this with the wand. He's going for the leap. He's got him.
Very nice. TA trap to help give vision and then leap to the high ground. A regen rune to boot. Oh boy. Hesta Joe is coming out big.
And suddenly Black is back on top. He's right up there with the
And
TA.
suddenly Black has queued up a Radiance. Okay.
Yeah.
No, looks like he doesn't have Blade Mail coming on the Courier. Yep, but we'll have that finished up. So now he can be right-clicking. Still only a 1K net worth lead, which almost feels a little bit surprising. Maybe closer to 2K for Entity.
Yeah, that is. It definitely feels like it's going a little bit faster. A lot of that coming from just the supports. Kind of a common trend, but this Warlock has nothing. He has a stick and a TP scroll, and he's starting to buy some wards. He's dreaming of boots, but then there's a 1,000 gold gap between him and the Lion. So there's your gap right there.
That's what makes him and Lion so different, right? In that early stage, Warlock just has this huge impact healing up the carry, and Lion feels really weak. But then all of a sudden, once he gets level 4, level 5, all of a sudden he's level 6. He's setting up kills, at the very least getting assists, getting very active, and Warlock's just thinking, guys, maybe we should fight around my ultimate. I don't know if the timing's right. Maybe, let's have a dialogue.
They need to take this fight up top. Like, they have a perfect ward. Can they not find this? Do they not have Shapeshift? They have Shapeshift. They have the Lena.
Tims is in a really weird spot right now. He does not have a Blink Dagger. He gets scouted out. Oh my, Noya sets up an easy arrow. Black with the follow-up silence. Now Sam H here with the Primal Roar. Hesta Joe getting low perhaps, but Warlock drops a rock. Noya with a stun on the back line. Tims and Armel get obliterated as Cuckoo falls. On the backside, they get a kill onto Joe Beasy. Is now Raven stuck in the trees, surrounded by enemies. Will try to go blow for blow, but he is not going to win that battle. It's a full 5-man wipe, 14-6. Now the lead for Entity feels massive.
Wow. A 5-4-1, and their kill is a Warlock that already ultied. That is what we call a disaster. That Warlock was the 400 net worth hero, you know? That's not what you're looking for there. Tons of gold and experience going the way of the Radiant side. A lot of that gold onto our Bloodseeker friend here. And I think, like, Yules on Black, honestly, if they just want to keep up this tempo, keep this pace rolling, I would be fine with that. I think S and Y is an okay choice.
The Yules is interesting. It does give you a really good setup for your Bloodright.
I love it versus Lena, too. I think it's very good.
Yeah, a good catch for her. I'm pretty into the Yules. I don't know if that's what he'll choose. But it just feels like it gives you more than the S and Y in a lot of regards.
Yeah. The problem with it, though, is that it doesn't give you any HP, and HP just translates into damage when you have a Blade Mail. So, there are some problems. But it's another way to cancel TPs, which is pretty good.
That is also
and
very
Cuckoo,
useful.
Ooh, he just barely lives.
Yeah, that arrow does finish off the siege creep, but pressure on the line. Lena's still not really that close to her Yules. Armel really in Strug City right now. Lowest of the cores, always a hero that likes to play from ahead. And she certainly is not getting that this game. TA level 13 compared to the level 10 Lena right now.
Yeah, Penguin Check went for this Blink Dagger first and has had a spectacular game. First when he got it, they had the big fight in the bottom lane, helped with the chase down there with the traps, and then, of course, forwarding the aggression into the top tier 2. Utilizing the Blink Dagger to great success, get in behind, hitting 2 heroes with a meld to blow up, make that fight very easy. And now she's just pressuring forward. Has this Blink Dagger sitting on the front lines, and more towers means more gold for Noya on the Sand King, trying to get a blink for him.
Dude, and more gold for the Deso. She's not far off. Another 600. She gets this tower kill. Not going to be much left. There is, however, a rotation from TNC. They are smoked up, looking to counter this. It's a level 7 Lion, a level 8 Beastmaster.
Yeah, Black has actually just said, you know what, I don't need a second item. I'm just going straight BKB. You know, no more of these little things. No Yules, no S and Y in that sense. Just go straight in towards the big BKD.
Great, great game ender. You know, if you really just want to try to take these big game fights and push that advantage to an early Roche, early advantage, knock down those tier 3s, BKB is the perfect way to do that. A little bit risky. You're using those long charges early on in the game.
Yeah,
Obviously
he's
not a
just gonna run at
farming
that
item.
Lena, though. Like,
Yeah,
whew.
yeah,
When there's no one to help her.
for sure. Hesta Joe, the same idea. BKB now queued up after the Maelstrom. And Warlock has ultimate available again. Joe Beasy.
Yeah, and as many a game have gone in the history of Dota 2, we now eye up the Roche pit. We have the TA trap inside, we have a wolf inside. Both teams just trying to make sure that their opponents don't snag it from them, while also contemplating what it will mean for their own squad. Getting it on the Dire side will help get them back into this and allow them to start pushing forward onto the Radiant side of the map. Getting it for the Radiant side is basically a guarantee in those last tier 2s.
Moonlight Shadow. Hello, Cuckoo. And good night, my sweet prince.
I wonder if he buys back here.
Double damage rune down bottom. It's a cheap buyback. He has enough with 200 gold.
They have decided they can't fight. The Necro 3 is not there.
I mean, doesn't this kind of feel like one of those moments where Slardar is just not that great?
I think they've done it too late.
Yeah, they commit the buy, although they don't take it that fast. The Deso is up, but still, Roche has a little bit of HP. Blood right. Wolves on the way, goes down. Penguin Check does grab the Aegis. There's the Warlock Golem, connects on 2. Tim's with a decent stun. Finger does finish off Hesta Joe, but Cuckoo dies for it. Buyback now from Hesta Joe.
Black's
Dust
running.
used as Sam H. getting low on the backside. Penguin Check still alive, still with the Aegis. Does not look good for TNC. Armel does have a double damage up on the high ground. They go Noya for Tim's. Arrow launches. Does not connect. Nice sidestep as they shrine up. 2 for 2. Buyback on the Mirana. All things considered, we'll call it a win for Entity, I think. They do walk away with that second life.
Yeah, absolutely massive for them. Honestly, that's
All right, Mon.
I think it was a little bit too late. Some indecision there from the Dire side, if we're going to go or are we not, but I can understand how there were some problems. They didn't have the Wolf in the pit anymore because they had expired. The Beastmaster only had level 2 in the Call of the Wild, so no Hawk to try and scout that out. And it makes it very difficult to know if it's the right call or not, but they come in a little bit late, although there's some cleanup there that forces the buyback on the Mirana, which is nice. Overall, I think that they needed to deny that Aegis.
But back on that point with Slardar, you know, Tim's has had a pretty good performance, all things considered, right? Only 8 kills out. He's been involved in 3. He's only died 4 times, but it just feels like Slardar is a non-factor at this stage of the game if he doesn't have the Blink Dagger. And you compare that to the Sand King, he's not that far behind, but I'm feeling Noya's impact a little bit more. Is that fair to say?
Yo, just wait till my fishman gets in the river right here, though, you know?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Zhong.
That is true. He does have race car mode, and Sand King does not have anything that can hold a candle to that. But
I mean,
Sand
he's
King,
like most supports, though. There's a lot of position 4s that do nothing without Blink. That's just the life.
Yeah, okay. I guess what I'm getting at is Sand King's better than Slardar.
Are scanning.
Great. Welcome to the meta. You figured it out.
Congratulations, Zyori.
Zyori. It's like probably a 1 to 10 pick difference or something, maybe even higher than that.
Yeah, something like that. Slider has his place, though, of course, with any physical-based draft.
Sure.
The amplification is just ridiculous.
But this is just turning out to be a good example of where Slardar can feel a little bit flat. However, that window is now closed, so he's ready to party.
Now he's better than Sanking, in my opinion. Like, I think with Blink Slider is better than the first Sanking with Blink.
All right. Well, that's a good start, but let's see. Let's see if you're still eating that sandwich in 5 minutes, Trent.
Okay.
After TA
Go
blows
for a
this guy to the moon. You know, it's going to be in and out tonight for midnight snack.
No, it's not. Are you actually? Are you messing with me?
I saw
Are
it
you
on the board.
serious?
Unless
you
it
better
was-
not be messing with me right
Unless
now. I'll
it was
be
from
upset.
last night, unless there's been a change, an audible that I'm not privy to.
Oh, I hope it's in and out.
Gonna get a couple double doubles there.
I was a big fan of the in and out. Also, the fish tacos were great. I gotta say, they are all hyping up the fish taco, and so I was very excited because I'd never had a quote unquote fish taco, and it shows up, and it's literally just a piece of fish, like fried like fish and chips, but just sitting on a little tortilla, and it's like, yeah, but why? And then they're like, yeah, put on the white sauce. And like, yeah, it's Turner sauce. This is just fish and chips. I don't know who conned you guys to call this thing fish tacos, but it's just fish and chips, and then the chips. That's all it was. And they were all acting like it was God's gift to Earth.
I mean,
And they're like, no, this is California. I'm like, it's just fish and chips.
I mean, it was pretty okay. You're from, you know, Nova Scotia.
I mean, we live on the fish and chips.
Exactly. A lot of UK influence there. That's.
I've had battered fish on a burger. I've had battered burger. It's also delicious. But this, I don't
We
know
got
what
so
they were
bored in
onto.
Nova Scotia, we just started battering everything. We've been battering batter. I deep fried some butter the other day. Armel does survive.
Yep, no problem.
Arrow splits the hairs. Yeah, I don't get deep fried butter. That just sounds like a mistake.
I'm curious about deep fried ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I've had deep fried cheese.
Doesn't it just melt? Doesn't it just turn into deep fried milk?
I don't know. I don't know.
Doesn't it just turn into
Deep
cheese?
fried milk.
BKB on the way for the Templar Assassin.
They don't look like they're slowing down here.
I don't think they are.
They got a Warlock level 2 ulti now with the Chaotic Offering.
And they've still got Aegis. Not too much time.
30 seconds, so
But look at this Lion. Cuckoo, what are you doing?
he's trying to make plays. It might work out here.
Okay.
And remember, the Invis Room was his first big moment. You know,
That's true.
he's
It's
looking
just,
for a redemption arc here.
you know, you get a little nervous around sentries. He's going to de-ward. All right, Cuckoo makes the play. Great.
Oh, baby, though. BKB done for Penguin check. Now we play for second Roche. Now, mind you, the split push has been excellent from TNC Predator. They have not given up any more big kills. They've been getting farm across the map. They've held the tier 2 mid. Yes, they lost tier 2 bot, but you'd rather have your tier 2 mid tower. And it's only a 3k lead. It's oscillating between 3 and 4k lead.
Yeah.
But still, not massive losses here.
It's not bad. It seems like they've taken a lot of good tactful fights. They've really only committed when Joe Beasy has the ultimate and is in a position to make some plays. Now, Joe Beasy has picked up the Tranquil Boots to go with his stick and consumables. Still brokest in the game by far.
Yeah, it's gay, doesn't he?
We're going to start a Joe Beasy fund.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All right, where we go? Dire scan, boom, sniped.
Radiant's bottom tower
Figure out where they're going. They have dire wards there. They say, oh, they're smoked, guys. We know it.
Schmalkin.
And part of the reason why Entity have been not pulling further ahead in terms of net worth, I would say, is just because of the threat of the Lina. Like, she has the Shadow Blade. Even though you have Aegis, that doesn't help you in pick-off scenarios. So it's like you can't have people completely maxing out net worth and stuff across the whole map, or they're going to get picked off. And then you can never go for objectives if you're down heroes. So tough life. That is a third BKB now. So that is a 10-second BKB on the Bloodseeker. A 10-second BKB on the Templar Assassin. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a 10-second BKB on the Marana. We are good to go here. I don't even know if they need Aegis. I think that they just want to smoke up again and go for another kill.
I think you are right, sir. It is time to party. They just want to win this one mid-game fight and charge high ground. Force some buybacks, wipe them again, finish the game. Easy, GG, go next. I call next player.
I call him next, but thank you, Haagen-Dazs US.
So TNC, though, they've got the same idea. They're like, guys, they're going to try to get aggressive. Let's out-aggressive their aggressive maneuver. Let's smoke into enemy territory. Let's catch one of these bozos farming at the Ancients. They don't quite find what they're looking for, and instead, Entity are on the enemy side of the map looking to do the same. But TNC managed to get a nice deep ward down. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That is a pretty solid ward. I'll give you that.
However, they may still have to take a fight. Could be an interesting angle here as the Dire are now on the Radiant side of the map, and
Radiant's top tower
Entity are trying to decide if they want to push.
They know they're up there, though. I think Pimicek's well aware.
Whoa, they go in onto Pingvin check, but there's the Warlock ult, connects on 4, has to go, Joe jumps in, they finish off Cuckoo. Lina will use her Yule Scepter, comes back down, gets blown up.
That just happened.
Quick 2, and Noya not going to be able to close the gap. Or is he? No, TP's out. Okay.
Joe Beasy goes on my list of best chat wheel users, by the way. He has been completely on point this whole game.
Joe
So,
Beasy.
I'm a big fan of this guy, the newcomer here.
I'm starting to really, you know, I have Tigers and, shit, what was my second team?
Fnatic, I think.
Tigers and Fnatic, that's true, in my compendium. But I'm kind of cheering for Entity. I want to see Joe Beasy at TI.
You know what? I think the reign of Arteezy is over. I think it's now too easy for Joe Breezy.
Joe.
I think that I'm going to get a T-shirt that says that.
What, are you just adding
But
R's
Enely
now?
make it a TI.
You're going to just add the Breezy, make it your own brand?
Yeah, I think so.
I want joebeasy.trentpax.
All right, too easy for Joe Beasy. How's that?
There
We'll
it
go
is,
with that.
Joe Beasy.
All right, perfect.
Watch this whole time, his name's actually Job, and he's like, yo, it's Job Easy, it's not Joe Beasy. What's wrong with you guys? What if we've been insulting him this whole time, Trent? You didn't even ask.
Nah, that's okay. I'm good. Well, technically his name is Joe B. Easy with the capitalization there, with a Y on the end.
Like, this job is easy.
Like he loves Jolly Bees. Isn't that a big thing down there?
Jolly bees.
See, well played. He
Look,
knows.
oh,
He's listening.
He's a psychic.
That's why he's doing so well.
He's a tarot card reader, I believe.
Yo, Pingvinchek has been on point, I must say, with his map drawings. He has been circling some areas. He's like, yo, we hold this area, and they held that area. And then he was like, yo, they're all here. And he was right. They were all there.
Look at this item build.
And now he correctly identified the enemy base.
My boy Ping. If you were going to shorten Pingvinchek's name, you think he's like a Vinny
Nah,
kind of guy?
he's a penguin.
You think he's a Pingvin?
Yeah, because his icon is a penguin.
Oh, Pingvin.
Yeah.
I wonder, oh man, maybe his name's like Podcat. Maybe it's like Penguin Chair or something.
Maybe. Maybe he's penguin chair. Yo, this Lina has not found many plays with this Shadow Blade. She already has a 10-second BKB,
No.
and she did not get a Shadow Blade dual skill.
Dude, her farm, right, she was the mid. She's on par with the enemy offlaner. However, Mirana did get a lot of space to farm, but still, not great for RML.
Yeah. I like what Sam H has been up to, though. Experienced Beastmaster player. They've taken over this area of the map. They're saying, though, this should be a free tower. It's going to cost them, again, another kill on a Cuckoo. But, you know, you gotta give up some heroes.
No buyback on the Kookster, though, and it looks like they are going to try to push bottom, feign some pressure here. Force at least one TP back. It is the Mirana.
Yeah, not really a problem here for Hessajo.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Go for the arrow. Get that gold. Always going to get it without it. He's too good. All right, we're ulted in here. Going after Black. Didn't get the Blade Mail or the BKB off in time. He did.
He does BKB, but
Warlock.
now Joe Beasy falls. Oh, no, Entity. They lose 2, and it's 2 big ones because that's a BKB and a Golem down.
And Dire are going to take their patience. They're going to go Shrine up because they know the Golem is dead. So his buyback is meaningless. And then they want that Roche. Wow. And suddenly it all falls apart.
It really does. Just like that, the Radiant are ripped wide open. And I do not believe they will be able to contest this one. With the corrosive haze, Roche falls so fast.
A
They're
lot
gonna
of this
make
is
a
coming,
movement.
like this is that experienced
Oh,
map pressure
Tim's.
situation.
This is where Timms knows what's up. He connects with the stun on Noya, brings him down, but Pingvinchek in the back line kills Sam H. Now will not win this war against the Lina. Goes back in, tries to get off the meld. But there's a Necronomicon there, silly.
And many a century dropped by Cuckoo. Cuckoo gets 1,250 gold there. Damn.
2K net worth swing. It is now TNC with the advantage.
It all happened so fast.
It really did.
13-2-2.
Let's go, Cuckoo.
Oh.
Look at this build. Double bracer out of the Kookster.
Yeah, gotta try and live, I guess. And he's gonna get a Blink Dagger now too.
Very nice. Finally getting some farm to his name. Sand King working on a 4 staff.
So what happened here, and the reason why TNC were able to come back into this one is because the way they were putting those big pressure plays on, like the way they were moving across the map and forcing that pressure into tier 2 in the bottom lane first, and then onto the tier 3. Once that pressure's there, they know, hey, Mirana's back in the base. Let's try and pick a fight. They finally get that scout, that vision. They get Black, and that's it. Warlock wastes the ulti. Black didn't have buyback anyway, which might be why the Warlock threw the ulti in kind of a desperate situation, because he knew that if Black doesn't have buyback, then there's no point fighting without him at the pit. It's probably not going to go very well. Likely would have gone better than the plan that they executed, but danger zone at this point now for Entity. They need to kind of relax, take a step back, and realize that they're just going to play a little bit of a different style game now. No more dominating everything, and again, they're scouted out here.
It's Cuckoo with the Blink Dagger reveal. They jump in onto the TA, some follow-up from Sam H, even a finger. Pingvin Check does not like that. Sam H grabs the kill, and Noya will get chased down. It looks like Joe Beasy also gets picked in the fray. Maybe even more. Black on the run, but those Necro units.
He's got BTP.
He will use it.
And no Lucky Bash there.
No. Well, another great fight for TNC. Perfect initiation from Cuckoo. Rising in the ranks in terms of potential MVP for my vote this game, Trent.
Yeah,
Cuckoo's
pretty solid.
slaying it.
Yes, he did a lot with nothing at the start of this game. He threw the body a couple times.
Yep.
And the necessary situations. I think, I don't know. It's hard to pick. Just team maneuvers in general. Maybe you can credit that to Cuckoo. But I think Sam H has been playing very well, using the Hawk to kind of scout out. He missed out on the first rush because he didn't have the Hawk yet, but other than that, he's been playing very well on the side lanes, using the Hawk to scout potential ganking paths and keeping himself alive.
I think Armel has also done quite well this game. When you're playing from behind on Lina, it's actually quite difficult to shift the momentum and change that paradigm where you become playing from ahead again. And you have to take some risk. I think he itemized perfectly for it. Went for the early BKB. Didn't really have to use it as much as maybe they planned. But he's now number 2 on net worth overall, and he's closing that gap. Big initiation from Tim's. Armel with a follow-up stun on 2. It looks picture perfect, but Pingvin Check with a lot of damage onto Armel. They will lose Tim's, a 1 for 2. The Warlock ult comes down, but they lose TA. Now Black taking too much damage. It's TNC that will take the fight. That's Aegis down. Lakad Matatag.
Normalin, just go in, attack, right-click, and now charge. We have the full chat wheel figured out.
Yep, and now this high ground is under siege, baby. We got a buyback from
Look
the TA.
at that Lina attacking.
But they are crippling these structures. Lina is letting out her inner beast. Roar, baby, roar. 2 buybacks used now. Economic damage done. And a Windlace on the ground. Looks like they pick up a gem in that fight also. Maybe even a shrine. TrentPax, look at that net worth chart. It's out of control. TNC are rolling.
Yeah, life is good.
Let's look at that win rate, and oh, it's dipping.
Whatever happened in the complexity series? Because this is kind of similar. You know, it didn't take quite as long, but it's the exact same situation. You know.
What, a tiebreaker?
No, it was the TA game. You know, it's the TA Classic.
Oh.
Let me see. I'm going to open it up. Spoiler alerts, guys. It was...
Sorry, NA fans.
Wait, where is it? How do I find it? It was complexity. It looks... Oh, I'm in... I'm in the... Oh, the last one.
That's the open qualifier,
yeah.
you dingus.
Well, I just Googled it. I clicked the first link. It was wrong. Cole lost it. Okay. They did indeed. I guess it was kind of destined at that point, honestly.
So are you saying Templar Assassin isn't good at closing out wins?
Weird, right? She sometimes has a hard time closing out a quick early lead. It's tough. But
are you telling me that TA is a momentum-based hero played off of early aggression and reliant on a successful BKB usage?
Yeah, and one thing they had this game was the old wave clear. You know, just getting to the sides, dodging, trying to keep up some pressure away from TA Blob that was moving across. The threat of the assassination
is just the gold standard for glass cannon in Dota. If she catches you, man, does she look powerful. And if you're not lined up right and those side blades are flying, she just looks like a complete beast. But if she gets caught, if just one blink hex catches her and then they've got follow-up stuns, She looks bloody useless.
She's pretty sad at that point. It's true. Tim's looking to make another big play here. 2 heroes lined right up there.
Timmy, Tim.
Tiny Tim.
I always wondered why he's Tim's plural. Did we ever, anybody ever interview this guy? Ask him what the deal
I can't
is?
say I've ever had the interview with Tim's.
Tim's, did you ever consider going just Tim singular?
Tim. That just sounds so strange now.
Singleton Tim.
All right, he can be Tim for the rest of the game.
Now,
Just
why
Tim.
not Timmy?
Oh,
You know, you could be like Jimmy Carter,
Smoke up under Moonlight Shadow.
first president to go by an informal nickname. His name is James, but everybody called him Jimmy.
First president? How do you know?
Because
Did anyone
that's an
record
American
that-
fact, dude, because I read books. You ever opened one of those there, Trent?
Crack one of those old papyrus.
It says it in the
Collections?
Constitution.
I don't think. I think it's Georgie. Is that they called Washington?
No, they maybe Martha called him that, but I can assure you that they did not call him General Georgie.
What do you know?
I
People
I
alter
read his
history here.
journals, and I don't remember any parts of him
No,
saying, back when...
That's all edited history to make America look cooler and more
Well,
tough.
Fucking yeah,
They
that's
were
what
like,
I'm saying.
man, our first president can't be called Georgie. Dear God, someone remove that.
Georgie's like the kid that gets eaten by the monster at the beginning of It, all right? You can't have your president named after that guy.
Oh my God, the woman on the plane next to you, the way he was watching It, and she kept jumping. And it was the funniest thing because she was sitting, it was me and then her husband. And they were both watching at the same time. They did the sync watch.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, he's not doing anything. And she is just, she's just leaving. She's like hitting me several times. I'm just trying to enjoy Face Off and watch my boy Nicolas Cage, you know, try and deal with John Travolta.
You stop smacking me later. Castor Troy's about to blow up a helicopter.
Yeah, exactly.
Shadow
Really
Blade.
ruined the experience. It's a good thing I can just watch it on every Air Canada flight like I do.
That's true. I'm glad you've got an airplane movie. That's
It's
good.
true.
You know,
It's very important.
mine's Beetlejuice.
Oh, that's a pretty classic one.
That's on a lot of airplanes. It's under the classics section because it's a classic. Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin before he was crazy.
He's great. No, we like Alec Baldwin.
I'm 50-50.
Well, in terms of closing out the game, TNC, they can't just end it right away. Because one thing the TA can do now, too, is those little annoying side lane pushes. So they're keeping some pressure in that top lane despite not having to commit all too much. Very irritating to play against.
You know why?
And we're going to get to the point where there will be another Roche.
You know why I don't like Alec Baldwin?
Why?
Because when Bush was running for president, he said, if Bush gets elected, I will move to Canada. And then he didn't. And I don't like the way he used Canada as like a negative thing there, you know? Saying like, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to move to Canada because this is... So, and then he didn't even do it.
I mean, people said a lot of the same things about another election I heard
Yeah,
about.
but I mean, I don't know. Canada's... I didn't like that slam on Canada. I'm an honorary
How is that
Canadian.
a slam on Canada? That's Canada's
Because
better.
he didn't go. Because he looked into it and was like, wow, Canada sucks so much that I'm going to stay here with Bush. That's the implication.
Don't you think it's more about his working prospects and that he can't work the same if he doesn't live in the U.S.
Well,
because
I
he
mean,
works in television?
That's possible, but...
No, he probably just hates Canada. Black is going to die in the exact same spot they gave up Roche the previous time for
no.
Entity.
Wait, this time they might leave him alive? No. They, in fact, do secure
I
the
like
kill.
how he still doesn't even pop the blade mail. It's like,
And no buyback on Black. It's on cooldown still.
those ancients are a death trap for him.
Whoa. Whoa.
Don't move.
Joe Beasy, no.
I don't know.
They saw him.
Yeah. The old gem on Tim. Pigman
right.
check. All right.
Look at this.
Dude,
Split push.
This is the play. You got to go for a Pigman check. Dude,
You
come
gotta
on.
go.
Come on. Go
Come
for
on,
it.
Ping.
Give me the BKB. Go for the tower. Oh, they're going for the assassination play
TPs,
here.
dude. Lena doesn't have one. Lycan has one in the backpack. Beastmaster's the only one that could go.
All right. They have the glyph. They're going to use it.
There's the first TP. It's
This is
Beastmaster.
curious. They see that Lycans is still in his backpack, but he's by a shop too, so...
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's just not safe enough. The BKB TP, like, the bash is always a problem, and the roar, theoretically, maybe she's not sure if it's up yet or not. She's not feeling that safe.
No. Wow, the Bloodthorn is up on the Templar Assassin, and Nullifier going to be coming out, so she's going to get the Buffable Doom. Great build. Lets the TA scale a little better in the late game. Gives you that catch follow-up. So if the Lycan gets got, won't be able to BKB back to safety, but they were a little hesitant to get into the Roche pit. They will still bring it down, but whoa! Timms with a big initiation forces a BKB from Hesta Joe, and Joe Beasy with the TP gets interrupted.
Hesta Joe gotta go, baby, but he's getting roared.
Cuckoo's like, hey, you know what? I got this one, guys. 40 seconds. Just let me hit it.
That was the shard picked up as well.
Oh, the shard.
The shard.
Who's got the shard?
Lena had it.
Oh, Lena's got all three.
Okay.
Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher.
Well, everyone else left the pit, and Armel had to drop a null talisman just to grab it all.
And a Satanic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Poor. He had to trade a null tally for a Refresher
I know,
shard,
it's a
Cheese,
really,
and Aegis.
It's a poor deal.
Man, what was his team thinking?
Oh, I love this item from Cuckoo. Just straight up, you know, he turned that bracer into a drum, and then he's got an Eon Disc, because you got stuns, man. You just got to live. You know, you're not that concerned about your damage. You just got to grab some people, throw some spells out. It's going to be good.
The Eon Disc. Man, Cuckoo really has transitioned well. Getting a lot of farm. Uh-oh, a little exchange happening here. Tim's in enemy territory. He has been past the cheese. He's ready to fondue at any time now. And Black will walk up to the high ground. Cuckoo with the Hex. They thought it might be bait. And it kind of was. He had some friends nearby, but so did they. 21K net worth lead for TNC. Scan from the Radiant. Hesta Joe now on the defensive.
The Wolf, dude. It's right on Joe Beasy.
Oh, no. They see him. And now the Primal Roar as he jumps onto Noya. The follow-up from Armel. Hesta Joe just watches his friend die. Immune to magic, but unable to do anything on the other side. Black gets finished off. I missed it, and I'm so sorry. Now Joe Beasy drops the Warlock ult. It's on 3, but he gets fingered immediately. Hesta Joe jumps in, gets killed. GG's called, and TNC have done it, Trent. Game number 1. It will go their way. A great turnaround. They were behind. Look at that graph. They turned it back into their favor, and once they got the momentum, this train did not stop rolling.
Yeah, we were maybe a little worried about the speed that TNC could go for just based on the opening of the Lycan and the Beastmaster. Very scary stuff, but it was, in fact, Entity that kind of went all in there with that Tricore with the TA in the final picks. So couldn't quite keep the momentum going the whole time. TNC found those moments. Took
Great
the
game
Roche and
from Raven. I feel like he wasn't one that we credited with much in terms of
team
looking
effort.
at MVPs, but only one death, 9-1 and 10. He found a lot of space, and that farm paid off in the end. Obviously, they were able to win those fights, and he actually did the most damage on the team. Pingpin checkout damaged him slightly, but
I liked how often he
performance.
was scouting too with the Wolves. Like not only just like the pit and stuff, but in the middle of team fights, just like clicking them, or rather move clicking them onto someone like the Warlock. They're just following him the whole time invis. So the Warlock doesn't really know that he's being stalked the entire time. They're just playing around his ultimate, and that's the big turnaround factor for Entity in that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, we started this one on the secondary stream. We're now going to move our way to the mainstream.
Oh, that's
yeah.
where we're
What do you
going
think?
now.
That sound good?
Okay.
You like that?
Cool. So, boys and girls, head over to BTS Regular. That's just beyond the summit, and we'll be heading there with our panelists. I think Gods and Lumi will be joining us to talk about these games. Come on back because there's a lot more Dota 2 coming your way. Bye-bye.